Hello YouTube, I'm Antoine, or some of you may know me as Django from TikTok, and I am here for episode 3 of Antoine's Analysis, reviewing Premier League Game Week 3. So, the first game of Game Week 3, 12 o'clock on a Saturday, or 12:30, Arsenal versus Bournemouth, Arsenal away. 3-0 win to Arsenal. They've had not the easiest fixtures, but some pretty easy teams, and they've just dominated every game they've played, really, whether it be Leicester, Crystal Palace, or now Bournemouth. And there's not a lot to say. All of the same players playing fantastic. Most of their players playing fantastic anyway. 2 goals for Odegaard, Jesus 1 assist, and an offside goal. But 3-0, 3 points, and they are currently top of the table. So I know no one is complaining either at Arsenal or in their fan base. Next, we have the 3 o'clock games. Leicester versus Southampton. 2-1 loss to Leicester at home. They haven't had the greatest start to their season. And honestly, I was expecting a little bit more with Vardy being back. But it's not looking great for them so far, although it's still only been 3 games. They could flip it same way Man United did. Next, you have Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham at home, Brentford away, obviously. 3-2 to Fulham. Very interesting game. I didn't get to watch it, but just seeing the notifications on my phone, it was 2-0, it was 1-0, then 1-1, 2-2. It just kept popping off, and Fulham eventually got the 3-2 to win the game. 1-1, Everton and Nottingham Forest. Forest were winning majority of the game. Everton aren't a great side, in my opinion, and they weren't playing well, I would assume, but Nottingham Forest were putting it on them. They've had some good results recently. They beat West Ham last week, and up until, I believe it was the 88th minute, I got a crushing notification that Everton had made an equaliser. And the only reason it crushed me, I had a Nottingham Forest defender in my FPL. So he only ended up getting 1 point. I believe it was Nico Williams. So, sad day. But good result for Everton, considering they were 1-0 down, although Everton aren't the greatest side anymore. They haven't been too great, but a mid-table, and then all of a sudden now they're just always battling relegation. It's a big switch. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Palace at home at Selhurst Park. 3-1 Palace. Villa haven't had a great start to their season. People are saying that Gerrard has no tactics, and it's just not looking good. Considering he's got a good vast amount of players. He's got, I wouldn't say great depth, but he's got some depth, and their results recently have not been on par. But, you know, still only 3 games in, they could flip it. People are saying Gerrard might get the sack. Maybe if he does, a new manager comes in and manages these good players into playing good football, if you know what I mean. Next, the last game on Saturday, Wolves versus Tottenham. Tottenham won 1-0 at home. Deserved win, in my opinion. Wolves played some decent football, had some decent chances, but end of the day, they couldn't convert. They was playing without a striker for most of the game. So Tottenham, they got their 1 goal. Harry Kane header from, I believe it was a header. Harry Kane header from a Perisic assist, from a cross from Son off a corner. Home win. Couldn't ask for more, really. Tottenham couldn't. I believe they're in the top 10, but I don't know exactly where they are. Super Sunday. First game, Chelsea leads. Chelsea 3-0. Love to see it. Didn't expect Leeds to win this, even though they've had a good start to the season. Their first 2 games were very good results for them, and they played very well. I see them putting in some goals. But 3-0 against Chelsea. Leeds were at home as well, so you could count home field advantage, but Chelsea just played poorly. I already always say I don't think Chelsea play good football, and I don't think they have a good attack, because all of their goals so far have come from midfield and defenders. And I will stay saying Chelsea will not get top 4 this season. I'm standing. If there's one prediction that I'm going to stand by, is that Chelsea will not get top 4 this season. But we'll see. We will see. Brighton versus West Ham. West Ham at home. Another disappointing result for the Hammers. Brighton 2-0 win. West Ham, their starts 3-0s. They're at the bottom. They're not looking great. They were such underdogs last season in the Europa League and in the Prem. They played well in both, really, for their standard and for West Ham. But now it looks like it's all starting to fall apart, and there was some comparisons to Tottenham recently as well. It's just, it doesn't help the cause really at all. And I actually enjoyed seeing West Ham do well, especially when Lingard was there. I believe 2 seasons ago now. In the 21... No, it was last season. It was last... Yeah. I don't remember. It was either 2 seasons ago or last season. Like, it was a long year. It was a very, very long year. Especially being a United fan. There's a lot to look back on. But regardless, no, it was... Moving off this topic, West Ham 2-0 loss at home, not good enough, and something needs to change for them, honestly, because it's not looking good at all. In my opinion, because obviously I'm a Man U fan, second best game of this week, I'm going with Chelsea being the third best, because that was so entertaining to watch. Chelsea get bad 3-0, that was fun. Man City versus Newcastle. Newcastle at home. That was a great watch. Newcastle, I'm pretty sure they went 1-0 up, and then all of a sudden, blink of an eye in the second half, it's 3-1, and City do what they do best. They switch on, just like they did against Villa last season, and they put 2 goals in, and they make it 3-3. Great watch, very entertaining, and, well, City have had a decent start. They got 1 draw, they beat West Ham, and who did they play? I'm pretty sure Bournemouth, yeah. They played Bournemouth. They beat Bournemouth. So, yeah, decent start for City. Not great. Not what we would expect, given they've won, last 2 years. But what can you really say? And, finally, Manchester United versus Liverpool review, to quote my TikTok. Fantastic performance from the lads. Up Man United, up the Reds, but still glazes out, regardless of the result. Casemiro making his entrance just like Varane did on our first game of the season against Leeds, and won that 5-2 last year, last year, and won this 2-1. Would have been 2-0, but big up Salah, because he still managed to persevere and just get that chance and get that goal. Carvalho, if his shot from the goal went in, that would have been a pretty good goal as well. But regardless, Rashford, I'm hoping he's back to his best after yesterday, he was playing fantastic. Everyone was playing good. Even Scott McTominay was actually playing like a competent footballer, which really did surprise me. I was honestly so worried. But he shouldn't be getting minutes anymore. I feel like everyone that played yesterday should be our starting 11, minus McTominay, in for Casemiro. Because if we play how we played yesterday, if we keep that form that we used against Liverpool, we are big challenges for top 4, just like I said yesterday in my review. Leicester and West Ham, I predicted to get mid-table. So they can still obviously flip it. It's only been 3 games. We must always remember that. But some teams, I'm hoping they stay down. Liverpool, Chelsea, stay out of the top 10 for all I care. Definitely stay out of the top 4, because not seeing them in Champions League would be amazing. Man U, hope we can get that top 4 finish. And I also hope Arsenal don't win the league, because I would never hear the end of it from their fans. So, yeah. I'll see you next week with another Antoines Analysis.